Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Madison Moore and I am a 25-year-old stay-at-home mom to an 18-month-old with another on the way. In today's video, I am going to be walking you through our grocery haul for the week, what we're eating, what our meal plan is. But it is a very exciting week because we have just received our quarter of a quarter, so our cow share delivery. We get this once every 2 months and it lasts our family of 3 pretty much that entire time. We usually only eat beef a couple of times a week, so I thought I would walk you through what was in our quarter of a quarter box today as well. So what I might do is just open this up now and show you what's inside. We're really lucky where we live in Newcastle. There are a lot of different options for meat deliveries and subscriptions. So we actually get this from a local farm in the Hunter Valley. You can pick it up at the Newcastle Farmers Market, or you can order it online and customize your subscription. So that's what we do, and it gets delivered to our door, which is amazing. But unfortunately we are moving, so this will most likely be our last box before we move, and we will have to try and find something similar where we're moving, but it is a bit of a smaller town, so who knows what that'll look like. The first thing we have is some short ribs. We have a decent top side roast. The best thing about these kind of meat subscriptions is the quality of the steaks that you get. So we have this massive T-bone steak, which is just beautiful. And we also have this Scotch fillet too. The steaks are so good that if we're going out, like, I'm not usually ordering steak anywhere we go because what we get from Allenby Farm is just so good. We also get 2 kilos of the beef sausages, and these are also preservative free, which is great. We also have some stir fry strips. This is probably around like 500 grams. We then have 3 500-gram packs of diced beef. And then one of the best parts is the premium beef mince. The quality of this is just absolutely insane. So there's probably about 2.5 kilos of beef mince here, which definitely doesn't last our family the entire 2 months. So beef mince is the only thing that we have to sometimes get in our top-up shops. And then we get our chicken in top-up shops as well. I would really love to start getting whole chickens from Stockman Steaks and processing them ourselves. I'm pretty sure they're one of the only places where you can get chicken that hasn't been chlorine treated. So at the supermarkets, all of the chicken has been chlorine treated, and we would love to be able to avoid that. So that is something we'll look into doing when we move and we get settled in our new home. So that is everything that was in this box. It is great quality. We just love being able to do the subscription through Allenby Farms. I'll have a link for it if you're kind of local to the area watching this. And yeah, I'm gonna put this all away now and we'll chat about what we're doing for the rest of the week. So I have just put all of that away. I've never actually done the cost breakdown of how much this would cost us if we had got it from a traditional supermarket. The box itself is $250. I think they maybe have just upped the price, but we are on like a subscription kind of thing, so our price has stayed the same for the time being. But what I do know is the quality is 1,000 times better, and a lot of these cuts of meat we would not be getting if we weren't getting it through the cow share box. So what it is it's a quarter of a quarter, and you sign up for 4 different deliveries, and that brings you through to a full quarter of the cow over the time of however long you space it. They have a bunch of different other options as well, but this is just what works for us and the size of our freezer. We don't have a chest freezer, so this all actually fits inside of our normal fridge freezer. And we just absolutely love doing it. It's amazing eating, and I just feel really good knowing that my family is getting beef that is hormone free, antibiotic free. It's raised local to us, and we're supporting the farmers that are local to us as well. So that is why we have invested in doing this. So this is everything laid out here. You can definitely see that it is quite a lot. So we have our T-bones, Scotch fillet, the short ribs, all of the mince and the diced beef. Then we have our sausages and our roast, which I'm so excited for. I really prefer slow cooked meats over steaks and muscle meat usually. I do love a good steak here and there, especially while pregnant. I find I crave steak a lot, but I do just love a roast for our normal weeks as a family. I also just want to highlight how long this meat lasts us. So we actually still have a decent amount left over from our last box. So from our last box, we still have 500 grams of diced beef. We have decent sized blade steak. So in the boxes you always get the diced beef, the sausages and the mince, but the rest of it actually changes. So we have some flat irons as well as some eye fillet, which will be interesting. I don't think I've ever had eye fillet. And we also have a whole silver side, top side roast. No, actually, I think this is silver side. Yeah, it says silver side there. So we have a whole silver side for me to figure out what to do with as well. So there is just a lot of meat. We are probably going to be eating beef a couple times more a week in the coming months before we move, just to get through all of this. So that is the entire bottom section of our freezer, and it is now fully stocked. So the rest is where we have our pre-made meals, our ice cubes, our frozen berries, and then that is all for our quarter of a quarter. It is Sunday now, and that is when our meat share has come. Tomorrow morning I have a grocery order coming from Woolies. We got the delivery unlimited when it was half off at the start of the year, and we've definitely like gone our money's worth. Being pregnant in the first trimester, having a toddler, it has just really come in handy. There are definitely some things that I don't love about it, and we do prefer to get our produce at the farmers market when we can. But it has just been so convenient, and there are some times where convenience just really does matter and make a difference. So that is what we have been doing for the whole of this year so far. So that will come tomorrow, and that has things like dairy, yogurt, any pantry staples that we need for the week that we don't already have in bulk. And I will show you what that has for us tomorrow. So when that comes, I will walk you through what we got to go with the meat that we have in the freezer for all of this week's meals. Hello, it is now the next day. It is Monday at almost 11 o'clock, and our grocery delivery order has made it. So this is in addition to any of the meat that we have in our freezer and whatever things we have left over from last week that we'll be trying to use up in the coming weeks. So we have a few bits of green veg that'll go as sides to some of these meals. This is, I guess, our staples for what we get every week. I don't love that you have to use the plastic bags from Woolies. We used to do click and collect, and that was great because you could bring your own bags. But it is just what is working for us at the moment, so we will reassess when we move. But I'll run you through everything that we got. So we got 30 eggs. Eggs actually have a really good expiry shelf life. So these don't expire until June, and it's the beginning of May. These are also pasture raised eggs, so I love these. And this will probably last us for about a week or a week and a half, depending on how much baking and extra stuff I do. Our toddler doesn't eat eggs as well, so he is not consuming any of this unless it is baked into something else like a chia pancake or something like that. Anyway, so a lot of eggs in this family while I'm pregnant especially. Quickly run you through everything else as I'm putting it away, but we have 2 red capsicums, some sour cream and thickened cream. We have I think this is 400 grams of butter. I love the Westgold brand from New Zealand. It's grass-fed and I just think it's great quality. It used to be really cheap at Woolies. It used to be $6. It's gone up to $8 now, so I'm trying to think if maybe I move away to something else, but for now I'm still sticking with this one. 2 kilos of Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt also has a really good shelf life, so this will last until the 23rd of May. It'll probably only last us about a week and a half. My son has yogurt before bed every night, and I have also been having a little bit of Greek yogurt before bed every night while pregnant. Cheddar cheese, I like to stock up on this as well. I love the Organic Milk Co. brand, but if I'm going to Coles, I really like their Simply Cheddar, but I don't like the Woolies brand of cheese. Broccoli, garlic, and tomato. We use fresh garlic only in this house, so we go through a lot of garlic in a week. I've been stuck only getting a kilo of bread flour because they haven't had the big bags for delivery, and every time I've been in store they've been out of stock. So this only lasts me for 2 loaves, which is about what I make a week at home anyway. So I've been having to get one of these a week, which is a bit annoying. I've also just stocked up on some spices. We're having a chili con carne this week, so I got paprika and cayenne pepper. Stocked up on some pure maple syrup. I just get the Woolies one. I think it's pretty good. It says it's just 100% maple syrup, so I've just been getting this one, and we use this a lot. I would love to find somewhere to get maple syrup in bulk, like we get our honey in bulk, but we'll get there. Also have 6 liters of milk. We probably go through about 6 to 8 liters. We always have a smoothie in the afternoon, so we go through a lot of this, plus for coffee as well. I just got some sweet potatoes and then some of these corn tortilla chip things. These were on special. It was like 2 for $7 or something. So I got these for our chili con carne because we'll have that for 2 nights and some lunches as well. I am just upstairs now. I have my laptop here with me, and I thought I would just run through the cost for this week's of meals. Since we get our meat delivery every 7 to 8 weeks, it works out to be about $35 a week. So that is for all of the mince and everything that we are going to be using this week in our meals. Our Woolies order for this week was $103.86. We also had a whole chicken from last week that's usually around $8 or $9 that we will be having for dinner tonight, which is Monday night as I'm filming. So I'll add that to the total number as well. The total number for this week, including our cow share, our Woolies order, and the chicken I had from last week, is $146.86, and this will feed our family for the next week with our dinners, lunches, and breakfast. I will probably have to do a top-up shop for some apples and bananas and some berries later on in the week, which might be around another $10. So I would say we're around $155 total for what this week will end up being. But here are the dinners that we will be having. So tonight we are having a roast chicken that I'm gonna do in the Instant Pot with some potato bake and probably that broccoli that we got from Woolies. Tomorrow night we will be having a sausage tray bake with some mashed potatoes. We'll be using maybe 500 grams of the sausages that we got in our meat share box. On Wednesday and Thursday night we will be having some chili con carne. I'll probably do that with the tomato, the sour cream. We'll have some cheese on it. One night we might have it with rice. We'll have it with some tortilla chips for our lunches and for dinner the next night. On Friday we usually have fish for dinner. I will also need to get that in this week, so that'll probably be about another $10, whatever we end up getting. And that will be dinner on Friday night. I like to get it from our local seafood shop, and we'll just have that with some sweet potato and some of our leftover green veg from last week. On Saturday we will make burgers, and I'll use some of that mince from our cow share again. On Sunday I'm not too sure what we'll have yet, but it'll probably be some sort of steak and veg situation. So pretty simple on the meals. We always do something that uses about 1 kilo of mince a week. We'll either do spaghetti bolognese or chili con carne or something like that, and we'll have that for 2 nights. My husband often works evening shifts, so I like having something that is simple for me and the toddler to have and heat up at home, and then something my husband can take to work as well. So I'd say all up, when I include the fish as well, we're probably around $160 for this week. And that includes all of the different places that we go to get our produce and our food and our meat. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it gives an insight into how we're feeding our family of 3, soon to be 4, on a somewhat tight budget. Obviously our toddler is still quite young. He does eat a lot though at the moment. I don't know if it's like some 18-month growth spurt, but that is what we are currently doing and what's currently working for us. But I will keep you guys updated once we move, because a lot of things will be changing in terms of our grocery budget and where we're sourcing all of our food. So if this kind of video interests you, please consider subscribing and liking the video, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you have a great day.